All right, so question 16. It is given that y varies inversely as the square of x. The table below shows some values of x and corresponding values of y. So if you can see the table, there are values of x and y. So for x we have 2, b, and 6. For y we have 9, 4, and a. All right, so the first question says find the value of k. So what we normally do here, we follow the statement which says y varies. So y varies, okay, inversely. So it's supposed to be like this. Inversely as the square of x. So square down here. Inversely meaning it's supposed to be down. X supposed to be down. And then the constant k. So since we want to find the value of k, we're going to say y is equal to k over x squared. All right, so we can check the coordinates if I'm able to see nicely. Let me do this. So this is x, y. We have 2, 9, b, 4, 6, a. So what we normally do is we get the values of x and y. We just pick under the values of x, we pick 1, and y we pick 1. So in this case we have x here which is 2 and y here which is 9. So we can get this 9, putting it where y is equal to k over this 2. We can put it where x is, so 2 squared. Next will be to solve down here. What is 2 squared? 2 squared is equal to 4. And then here, in order for us to find the value of k, we can cross multiply. So it will be more like there's 1 here. 1 multiplied by k is k, which is equal to 9 multiplied by 4 is 36. So the value of k is equal to 36. In this case, our constant is 36. We go to b. So b, under b, they are saying we find the value of a. So how do we find the value of this a? A is over here, if you can see nicely. So how do we find the value of a? We are going to use this constant as well as the value of x here, so that we can find the value of y. So we get our formula, which is over here. We say y is equal to k over x squared. Y is equal to k over x squared. So under y, let's check on our table. Under y, what do we have? We have a. So y is our a. So put our a here, which is equal to 36. K is 36, we just found here. And x is 6. So we say over 6 squared. We are putting 6 where x is, which is 6 squared. So it will be a is equal to 36 over 6 squared is equal to what? 36. And when we solve nicely here, the value of a will divide 36 into 36, which is equal to 1. So this is our answer. We go to the next question, which is b. We're going to write our b here. B. Solution B will be here. So for b, we copy the formula. As they have said, we find the value of this is C actually. This is C. For C, we copy the formula, this formula, and then we check where B is. It's over here, and this is the value we're trying to find. So which means we'll focus on this table. Under x-axis, okay, under y-axis, what do we have? We have 4. So we'll put 4 here. And then for k is 36. Over under x-axis, what do we have? It's b. So it will be b squared over here. We can cross multiply at this point. So b squared multiplied by 4, or 4 multiplied by b squared, it's 4b squared, which is equal to 36. This 36 has come about as a result of multiplying 1 by 36. So we divide by 4, divide by 4. B squared is equal to, here we divide by 4 is equal to 9. So now we can finish it up. We find the square root of 9. Here we square. Why are we squaring? We want to get rid of this power. So we remain with b. Then the other side, here when we square, we have two answers, positive or negative 3. So the value of b is equal to positive or negative 3. There are two answers. Let me write them like this. B is equal to 3 or negative 3. So these are the two answers of B. Alright, so question 17 reads, in the diagram below, A, B, C, and D lies on the surface of the circle, center O. So we can see that on top here, this is our A, our B is over here, this is B, and D, C is here, O is here. They have given us this angle, which is 28. There is another angle here, which is 47 degrees. And then they say, given that angle B A D is 47 and angle D B C is 28. Calculate calculate angle B O D. Alright, so in order for us to calculate this angle, we need to check, we follow, where is it? B O D. That means they want us to find the angle which is over here. This is the angle they want us to find. So how can we find that angle? We're going to use the property of subtends, whereby the angle which is here is twice this angle which is here. So meaning, if you have this angle, want to find this, you get this number, this angle which is over here, you multiply it by 2, and then you get this angle. Why do we use this property, or how do we know that we need to use this property? It's because this triangle touches the center. Okay, it's coming from here and touches the center. And then this other one starts from where this is starting from, and then it goes, touches the circumference, and then touches the other side here. So meaning the property applies. So say 47 degrees multiplied by 2, which is equal to 94 degrees. So the angle which is here is 94 degrees. This angle here is 94 degrees. We go to the next question, which is question B. For question B, okay, they've said we calculate OBD. So how do you calculate OBD? OBD. For us to calculate this OBD, we need to understand that this is an isosceles triangle, this one here. And an isosceles triangle, the sides, two sides are equal. So this side and this side are equal, are the same. So how we know that this is these two sides are equal is because they are coming from, the radius is coming from the circumference and then goes to the center. Even this one from the circumference to the center. So meaning you get this angle, okay, plus this angle supposed to give you 180. Okay, and we know that two angles in an isosceles triangles are equal. So this angle is equal to this angle. So what we basically do here is we'll say 180 degrees, which is the total sum of angles in the triangle, minus 94 degrees. We are going to get 86 degrees. So we found 86 degrees, and this 86 degrees is the sum of this angle and this angle. So now, since we want to find this angle, we want to find this one. So what we basically do is we'll divide this angle, or the sum of these two angles, which is this one, by 2, so that we just remain with 1. We are going to have 43 degrees when we divide. So this is 43 degrees. We go to C. Though in the question paper it's written D, this is C. So angle BDC. So they want us to find angle B. Where is B? It's over here. BDC. BDC. So what can we do to find BDC? Of course, we have this one already, 28. So in order for us to find this angle, we need to find this angle. Now, how do we find this angle? We use the property which says that an angle which is opposite to the one which is on the center, so like this one, the opposite angle, and they are all touching at the same point, we say 360, which is the total angle of the circle. This is a property of the circle. 360 minus 94, the angle which is opposite. We want to find this one, so minus 364. So what happens here when you say minus 364, you find your answer to be 266. So we have found 266. So since we have found this 266, we divide by 2, and we'll find 133. So this angle here is 133 degrees. So since we have two angles, we can use property of a triangle, whereby it will help us find this angle. So we'll say 133 plus, let me put it here, 133 degrees plus, or here we didn't put degrees, plus 28 degrees. Our answer will be equal to 161 degrees. So this 161 is the sum of this and this angle. So we'll say 180 degrees minus 161, and our answer will be equal to 19. These are degrees, 19 degrees. So we found this angle to be 19 degrees. We go to the next question. All right, so question 18a, we have been given a question which says the diagram below shows a right angled triangle PQR. So if you're able to see nicely, P is here, Q and R. So given that PQ is equal to 15 centimeters, which is here, PQ is 15 centimeters, and cos x degrees is equal to 2 over 3. Calculate the length QR. So we need to calculate this QR. So what are we supposed to do here? What we need to do, we need to use the idea of SOHCAHTOA. So this is the idea we need to use. So since they've given us this, which is cos, we know that cos x will be equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So over hypotenuse. So do we have adjacent? It's over here. This is adjacent. This is opposite. and this is the hypotenuse. So we have these values: adjacent, opposite, hypotenuse. So say cos x is equal to 2 over 3, what you've just been given. Okay, so in this case, we'll put our 2 here. This is our 2, and our 3 is over here on hypotenuse. But they've said this is 15. So how can we make this 3 10 to 15? We just have to multiply it by 5. So say 3 multiplied by 5, it will be equal to 15 centimeters. We are done with this one. So now how are we going to find R or Q R, the length? The same thing, this same number, we multiply it by these 2. So we say 5 by 2. So 2 or 2 times 5. The answer will be equal to 10 centimeters. So the length QR is 10 centimeters. We go to the next question. So question 18b reads a straight line L as equation 3y is equal to 5x minus 6. Find the y coordinate of the point where L cuts the y-axis. So when you want to find where the line passes, for example, this is a Cartesian plane. So when we want to find where the line is passing or where it's cutting this here, we say this is y-intercept and this is x-intercept. For y-intercept, where it's cutting y, we're going to say 3y is equal to 5. Where there is x, we put 0 minus 6. So we're going to solve here. So it will look like this. We divide by 3, divide by 3. We solve for y, and our y will be equal to -2. So this is the answer. So this is where it's passing. It's passing at -2. So in this case, it's passing somewhere here. We'll say this. Like this. This is how it's moving. It's passing at here at -2. So we are done. And in case you are told to find where it's passing at x, if it's going this way or this way, you try. You put 0 here. You put 0. You say 3 on y, you put 0 is equal to 5x minus 6. So you solve. This is 0, 5x minus 6. This is -5x minus is equal to -6. So you just solve this one. But this is not part of our question. Our question was ending here. So we've answered our question. Thank you. So in order to answer this question, we're going to use the idea of similarity and congruence. So if you've seen nicely, in the question they've said the rectangle A, B, C, D, and D, A, E, F are geometrically similar. So meaning this bigger rectangle and this smaller one, they are similar. They have given the distance from here to here and from here to here. So what you basically do here, you can find the ratio of length. So you say 4 to 10. So this is 4 centimeters to 10 centimeters. Or you can write it as 4 over 10, which can be reduced to 2 over 5. So this is the ratio of the length. Now we can find the area of the bigger triangle. It's giving us an opportunity. So area is equal to L times B, whereby L is 10 centimeters times 4, which is breadth. When you multiply, we have 40 centimeter squared, which is our area of the bigger triangle. So area of the small triangle we don't know. So what we can do here, we can do this. We get this ratio, which is equal to x over 40. We don't know the x. This is the area of the bigger triangle. This is the area of the small triangle. So we can solve now. This is 2 squared, which is equal to 4. 5 squared, 25, is equal to x over 4. So we can cross multiply. So we have 25 multiplied by x is 25x, which is equal to 4 multiplied by 40 is 160. We divide by 25, divide by 25. So this and this will cancel, remain with x. 25 into 160, 6.4 centimeter squared. So this is the area of the smaller rectangle. So for B, 19B, they've said Mr. Kalomba bought 120 shares. So this guy bought 120 shares. So these are shares. So bought 120 shares at a nominal value of 40 kwacha. So meaning these shares were bought at 40 kwacha each. So say one share is equal to 40. And then how many shares? 120 shares is equal to x. We don't know. So, and then we continue with the question. And which she later sold at 42.5 kwacha. Find each. Find her profit. So meaning it changed as she started selling. She was selling each at 42.5. So how many shares? They were 120. So how much profit, how much money did she make? We don't know. It's x. So we can now cross multiply here. So when you cross multiply, we'll find the value of x to be equal to 4,800. And then here we cross multiply, the value of x will be equal to 5,100. So we can find the difference of these two. So it will be 5,100 minus 4,800, which will be equal to 300 kwacha. So the profit this lady made was 300 kwacha. On the diagram, in the answer space, shade 3 more triangles to make a pattern with rational symmetry over order 3. So if you can see nicely here, which other 3 triangles can we shade? Of course, we can shade this one, this one. See the way it looks, and this one. So this plus this, there are 3 of them. So it makes, so meaning this part and this part and this part. So it's rotating like this. So this is the answer. We go to the next question. So this question 20b reads, simple interest is given by the formula. So this is the formula. Complete a flowchart in the answer space below for calculating simple interest. So if you can see nicely, this is a computer. This is the flowchart. So parallelogram, what does it mean? It means enter. So this is enter. Enter, you check the way the formula looks, meaning you enter the letters you're able to see in the formula this side after the equal sign. So that's enter P, comma, T, comma, R. Enter P, comma, T, comma, R. So this is actually from the formula. We're just getting these letters. The next thing, this is an action box. So what we do on this one, we need to put the formula so that it can calculate, give out the action, like it does the action to solve the interest. So we'll say I, which is equal to interest, is equal to P. We know that the way they are following each other, this is multiplication in between. P times, so times we write star T over here times R over everything over 100. So this is how we write, and this is the answer. We go to the next question. So question 21 is on linear programming. So I've been given the coordinates. Let's try to identify the coordinates. Where is our A? Our A is here, and here they've said A is a 1, 1. We go to our B. Our B is here, and they have said 0, 7. We go to our C. Where is C? C is here, and under C they've said 14, 0. We go to our D. It's over here, and on D they've said 7, 0. So these will help us find the equation of the line. So start with I'll be doing the calculations here, from here. Okay, I'll try to do it from here. So we try to find now equation of which one? This one. Or we start with the simplest, which is this one or this one. So we start with this one. So this one, if you can see, what is the y coordinate here? The y coordinate is 1. This one, and it's cutting, or it's passing on y, on 1 under y axis. So what we'll do is we'll say, let me do it from y is equal to 1. This is a straight line, y is equal to 1. So we need to show the inequality. So this will be equal to y is greater or equal to 1. This is how it will look like. Y is greater or equal to 1. So this is our first equation or inequality. We'll write it to here, y is greater or equal to 1. We go to the next one. The next one will be this one. Where is it passing? It's passing at 7 on x-axis. So it's 7 is equal to, x is equal to 7. And then the inequality here, where is it shaded? It's shaded to the left side. So we'll say x is, it's shaded this side. So it will be x is less or equal to 7. So we shade the greater, the opposite side. So this is the other equation. We'll write it here. X is less or equal to 7. We go to the next question, which is this one here, the line. So where is the line passing? If you can see, it's passing on 0, 0, because this is a center, which is 0, 0, and then it passes on 1, 1. Let me do my calculations from here. So O is 0, 0, then A is 1, 1. So we need to find the gradient. So how do you find the gradient? Which is m is equal to y sub 1 minus y sub 2 over x sub 1 minus x sub 2. So we're finding the gradient. What is our y? So we say this is the x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So we just plug in these values. So our y sub 1 will be equal to 0, sub 2 here, 1 over x sub 1, 0, sub 2, 1. So we have negative 1 over negative 1, meaning our gradient will be equal to 1. So since we found the gradient 1, let me do my calculations from here. We can use now the equation for finding the line, which is equal to this. So when you want to find a straight line, you use this equation, where you just say, you pick one coordinate, either this one or this one. So in this case, I'll pick 0, because 0 will be equal to will be simple to work with. So 0, 0. So this will be my x1 and my 1, 1 here. So I can plug them in. Where there is y sub 1 here, I'll put a 0 from here, which is equal to, my gradient was 1. We found gradient here, somewhere here. It's 1. And then open bracket, this x will maintain. Where there is x sub 1, I'll put a 0, this 0, and then solve. So you find that my answer will be y is equal to 1. Where if I want to put this in inequalities, I check which side is shaded. It's the upper side. So this means y is less than 1. Sorry, here don't put 1, you say x times 1 times x, which is equal to x. So this is x. So here the inequality will be y is less than x. You shade the opposite. This is what you do, the opposite. So you shaded the greater, so meaning it's less. So we can write our answer here. Y is less or equal to x. We go to the next question where we need to find this. So we need to solve using almost the same procedure. We find the gradient, and our gradient in this case will be equal to m is equal to 1 over 2. So we use the formula for finding equation of the line. So it will look like this, and then we pick the coordinates, either these or these. I'll pick these ones on top, which is 0, 7, which is our b. So this would be my x sub 1, and then this y sub 1. So now I can plug things in. So y minus y sub 1 is equal to 7, which is equal to m, the gradient 1 over 2, x minus x sub 1 is 0. This is 0. So we can solve now. We have something like this. Then we group the like terms. We have something like this. So now here we can write the inequalities. So we check which part is shaded is the greater. So we write the less. So y is less or equal to 1 over 2x plus 7, sorry, plus 7. So our answer here will be y is less or equal to 1 over 2x plus 1 over 2 multiplied by x plus 7. So this is our answer. Thank you.